My opinion of Peter Garrett went down the toilet when he sent out a memo saying you need to use 12 font Arial.
Yes. Yes. Right, so coming out the front speakers.
Game on. Thank you for coming. Tonight, Martin Pearson, John Thompson, Fiona Scott-Norman, and our mystery guest, back by popular demand, the writer from Soonas, a singer, a player, a musician from Soonas, Paul Brandon. And once again, I'd like to thank Stuart on lighting and sound for doing such a wonderful job, and Lisa. Give her a round of applause for this amazing set. She made them all herself in the lunch hour. Tonight we're going to start a series of extremely difficult games.
Sorry, they put a light on the audience. It's always disturbing. Oh, look, it killed the monkey.
Spank it.
No.
The very first round is entitled, If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? Our contestants have to try and deduce what the question was from the answer, and we'll start with a question which is, what is the question if the answer is 1 minute and 4 seconds?
Tony Abbott's personal best.
How long does it take to boil a third of an egg?
How much is too much, Morris?
Did you say Morris?
Oh,
To follow the traditional English dance.
As it, wow, that's harsh.
It's brave, yeah.
Don't remind them.
They're going for
Hardcore, people, hardcore. Morris dancing, look out! Yeah. Okay, a lot of Morris dancers in tonight.
What is the question if the answer is 1 minute, 4 seconds?
how long does it take to play the minute waltz if you have 7 fingers?
Me last night. Sorry, Sarah.
Oh, brave Paul.
How long is the Minute Waltz extended dance mix?
How long can I read James Joyce's Ulysses for before I shout, "You pretentious wanker"?
How long does it take me to come up with the witty comeback after the person's already wandered off to the other side of the room?
Okay, it's the end of that round, and...
I'm not finished yet.
Oh, have you got another one?
God, yes.
Premature horn of deafus.
How long was it? A minute and what?
1 minute and 4 seconds.
That's the rise and fall of the amoebic empire.
It's also the
It's.
quadriplegic 100 metres world record.
Oh.
Is that true?
The average lifespan of a spine in Australian politics.
It's not the silent thing, is it? The work of music that actually there's no music and it's
Isn't
just
that
you put
4
the-
minutes 33?
Oh, is it? Oh.
I actually tried selling blank CDs for a while
Yes.
as relaxation music, because if you want about an hour of peace and quiet, you just put on the blank CD.
Yes.
And then, just relax.
It's annoying when you have to turn it over though.
I know. I reckon there's never been a decent B-side on a CD.
The answer.
Yes.
This was the winning time in the annual wife-carrying World Championships held in Finland. A man by the name of Taisto Miettinen, who was actually defending his title from last year, raced through the 250-metre course with 2 hurdles and a pool in it in a record time of 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Paul was close then.
Yes.
Is it?
And for those of you who'd like to try this at home, it is suggested over many years of experience that the best way to carry your wife is Estonian style.
Oh, I know this.
Right, well, what is Estonian style?
Well, isn't it where you have her legs over the shoulders and so she hangs down behind?
So, are her heels in front?
Yeah, heels in front.
Heels in front. Anybody care
Running.
to go further?
Like that.
Do they, like with horse racing, do they have handicaps if you have a tiny little wife? Do you have to carry maybe wife and 2 of your children or something like that?
Apparently, and I've read a bit about the whole wife carrying competition thing, and apparently a smaller wife doesn't help.
Can anybody else hear the sound of a 78 record player? Or is that just this foldback winch? It's going crackle, crackle, crackle.
Yes, it's going crackle over here too. It
Stuart's nodding.
it sounds like breakfast time.
In fact, Estonian style is with the wife carried, but with her heels on the back,
Oh, frontwards.
frontwards.
Wow, that would be one hell of a view for the wife.
And smell, maybe.
What, near the muddy ground? Is that what you're inferring, Paul?
In fact, you can borrow a wife for
Demonstration.
this competition. You don't have to carry your own wife. You can carry someone else's wife.
So you just rent a wife.
Yes.
I'll have that one. You get the tiny little one, the size of this monkey. That'll be fine. I'm a strapping lad.
You could just
Do
get
they go so far as to insist that the wife be a wife? Does it need to be a married woman that you carry?
I think de factos are allowed.
So you can just
They'd
be somebody
be-
else's tiny de facto.
They'd be ring-ins.
Ring-ins.
Wedding ring-ins.
Hey.
Didn't get a point, Mark.
Get out, the lot of you.
They get points if you cheer loudly.
I suppose the virgin carrying competition would be different entirely.
In Finland, it would be a very small field.
Oh, they'd get to the end of it quicker then.
All right, the second one. The second question. What is the question if the answer is 265.33 kilometers an hour?
That's,
How fast was Sandy going when he hit that tree on the Segway?
that's
Oh!
terminal velocity for a chihuahua.
So the average ejaculation speed of the Australian male.
Wow, little known science fact.
You're one classy partner, if I might say so, Paul. Whose idea was it to put us together?
Who's going to carry who?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I thought it might be sort of like the fastest speed that a frozen chicken might reach if it's launched out of a cannon.
Yes. That'd be nice. It's quite
Or a dwarf.
it's quite a sedentary pace, so maybe it's something like the lift-off speed of the Balinese space rocket.
I like that it's actually
265
very
kilometres an hour.
specific. Because it's 265.33 kilometres per hour.
How fast does Thomas the Tank Engine go on cocaine?
Well, I was just thinking maybe it's actually in because it's the very exact point at which the speedometer has been fused in the Speed 3, the Terror of the Skies Keanu Reeves remake, below which the plane speed must not go. You're not coming with me, are you?
I think that 265.33 kilometres an hour is the rate at which Woodford festival goers use toilet paper.
It's slower than light. It's not the speed of light. It's not the speed of sound. It could be the speed of gossip.
It's quite possibly the speed I reached last night, blind drunk, sliding into my tent.
Actually, you're onto something there.
Possibly.
There's something close in what you said.
Oh.
Go with the blind bit. Go with the blind bit.
Yeah.
It's
Taken the fun out of the room, hasn't it?
It's the speed that a blind person can go if their dog is hooked onto the tow bar of your car.
It's the speed Stevie Wonder was busted at on Hollywood Boulevard in a Pontiac.
Correct?
I'm actually going to give a point to Martin because the answer is...
Good God, that's terrifying.
Well, much unlike FYI in the morning when Martin gives me no points, I'm going to give you a point, Martin.
Thank you.
Because it's actually the blindfolded motorcycle speed record. I just want you to contemplate that for a moment. Being on a motorbike, blindfolded.
Do you have the dog in the sidecar? That'd be so cute.
I was so scared I hid in the sidecar.
Sorry.
Can you imagine?
Well, you're not going to get scared, are you? Because you got
Can't see.
blindfolded.
Slightly windier than normal, really.
Okay, so we move on.
You blew a filling out.
Yes, I was after your dentures, John. What is the question if the answer is a chainsaw, a baby's bed, and a lot of toys?
What does Sarah Palin's nursery contain?
This is in no way connected with that. But what did I wake up to the morning after my last birthday?
Sarah Palin? Oh, no way connected, sorry.
Objects from Michael Jackson's private collection.
Which of these objects is not toddler-friendly?
One of these things is not like the other thing.
What's the least favourite combination of juggling objects?
What were they again, Sandy? Read them out again.
A chainsaw, a baby's bed, and lots of toys.
Bad ingredients for a soup.
Lady Gaga's new dress.
No, you're all done.
Things that the Old Spice guy picks up and puts down at his latest commercial.
It'd be a very different ad if we went, I'm holding a chainsaw.
But he has got one. He does, yeah.
I'm holding a chainsaw. Now it's gone.
It's actually... They are actually one or more of the 600 unclaimed items sent through Australia Post that are claimed and then unclaimed and then sold at an auction in Hobart every year. And the guy who runs the auction said we got a chainsaw up there which is pretty unusual. I'm not sure who they were sending it to, but they forgot to put an address on it. So
But
it's
enough postage.
basically what people send through the post.
Wow.
So how much did you pay for the chainsaw?
Not a lot. Next one. What is the question if the answer is April the 11th, 1954?
Long time ago.
On what day did Sandy McCutcheon celebrate his 21st birthday?
Cruel. When did the Aleutian Islands join World War II?
Elvis's first deep-fried cheeseburger.
Would that be baby food, like blended?
When did Camilla Parker Bowles lose her virginity?
Oh.
It could be.
I would thought the more interesting question was how.
Another point to Martin.
Was it the first moon landing?
The day,
Any more takers?
the day the music died.
The last time they gave me a singing gig at Woodford.
Or the use by date on that bottle of bouquet Garni that's in the back of the pantry.
Listen, you may laugh, but I've got a friend who's not sitting a million miles away from here, who had a packet of bicarbonate of soda with a use by date of 1982 on it.
Yeah.
That means she'd moved it through about 7 or 8 different houses.
Yeah.
So she kept packing it.
This friend of mine, actually, his mother had spices in her cupboard that were older than him.
Did she love them more?
I think she did.
Sandy, what was the date again?
The date was April the 11th, 1954.
Was it the last time New Zealand won gold in the swimming?
It was, in fact, if I have no more takers, the most boring day of the 20th century. Nobody significant died that day, no major events apparently occurred, and although a typical day in the 20th century had many notable people being born or dying, for some reason no one did on that day. The irony is, though, that having done the calculation that the day is interesting for being exceptionally boring, until that day, the previous most boring day was April the 18th, 1930, when, and I swear this is true, the BBC announcer informed the nation on the 6:30 p.m. bulletin, there is no news. At the end of that round, Fiona and Paul, 2 points. John and Martin, 4.
I want to make a point, just before we leave that round, is it, if nobody was born on April the 11th, then the most boring day was actually...
9 months prior.
Thank you.
Or the least boring day in some ways.
Yeah.
Martin's point score remains the same at 4. Give them a hand. The next game is called Off the Cuff, or Is He Bluffing? And we're going to start with John Thompson. He will tell us about the particular subject, and it's up to you to decide, and the others to decide, whether he's actually bluffing or telling you the truth. So John, tell us everything about the age-old act of poodle faking.
Well, yeah, poodle faking, well, you call it an age-old act. It's not that old, really. Poodles, the posh type, whether small or large, are quite expensive. And there are those who aspire to poodle ownership and yet cannot come up with the readies to purchase such a lovely animal. And so they buy another similar sized animal and they, well, as the name suggests, they quaff it up to look like a poodle. It's not in fact a poodle, it could be even in rare and extreme cases a goldfish.
Sometimes they'll actually tape 7 or 8 hamsters together.
I thought that it was a CWA thing. Because you know those great circles of cardboard, and you put wool around it, and it took pom-poms, yes, and then you get many multicoloured pom-poms, and you sew them together to make a simulacrum of a poodle or other effete French dog to sell at the fete. And to raise funds for the CWA, which is a very important...
Far too complicated, Fiona. It's a boxing term. Simple as that. You lead with the left like that, and when the poodle goes, you smack it.
And what weight class would that be?
Poodle weight.
Bantam.
Martin's close. It's music based, but it's actually the art.
Hang on.
How is that close?
He fakes the poodle to the left.
You have to punch him in time.
It's from a music reference. It's to do with actually country music, where you have a large coifed hair, and it's known as poodle faking because you can't do it normally. You have straight hair, so you bring your hair up, make it look like a poodle. Poodle faking. That's
Right.
Or it could be a French pompadour style hair. Which I think it probably was, now I think about it.
But perhaps a hollow one.
A hollow one? Because it's a faker.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Anyone think John Thompson was telling the truth? One supporter down the back. Does anyone think anyone knew what they were talking about?
No.
In fact, you're
I am
right.
outraged.
A poodle faker was a young army officer whose fellow officers thought to be over-attentive to women. When a young officer applied for leave, some colonels would ask him how he intended to spend it, and if it appeared he was merely going to poodle fake, they would refuse him leave. The young man must pursue animals with a gun, not go after girls. Poodle faking is frowned on.
And that's by the French.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Mon Dieu.
All right, we move on to the next round. And at the end of that, by the way, John did get 2 points, so it's 6 points for John and Martin, and 3 points for Fiona and Paul. The next round, we will ask the questions. The panelists interact 2 at a time, one from either side, but can only speak in questions. Any slip, and they will be given the horn of death.
Why is it called that, by the way?
Would you like me to bring your ear over here?
It's a mishearing of the horn of death.
Yes.
Not surprisingly.
I want a situation from the audience, please. A situation. Call one out. Supermarket. Supermarket. Anyone else? Salon. Keep going.
Shetland pony competition. Giving birth.
What now?
Giving birth at a Shetland pony competition.
I like the Shetland pony competition.
Held in a supermarket.
No, speed dating.
Supermarket.
Speed dating.
Speed dating, and I think we'll start with
What?
Martin asking questions of Fiona. Speed dating.
Do you come here often?
Do you always do your hair like that?
Do you like hair like this?
Do you... I don't know.
Martin, continue, and you're with Paul.
Do you go? Do you do it doggy style?
Have you taken leave of your senses?
Do you like me if I've taken leave of my senses? Do you like mad people?
Have you been let out on day pass?
Is that a proposition?
What do you think of the Buggles' final album?
Will you marry me?
Will you get your hand off my leg?
No.
All right, give me another situation, please. Another situation. What?
Bundled fingernails.
Bundled? Fungal fingernails, and it's John Thompson with Paul. John.
What's wrong with your hand?
Do you think it will fall off?
You're not going to bring it near me, are you?
Are you asking?
Is it really meant to be that colour?
Are you a doctor?
Do I look like a doctor?
Spring.
Say it with an upwards inflection.
No, thank you. Oh,
You can do like those girls at the racing who can just say everything is a question.
Yes.
Everything is a question. How are you today?
I like your sandals.
It's terrifying. How can they speak like that? They must spend their whole life people just saying,
They would be awesome at this game.
yes, they would. They could say anything. Is it a monkey? You know.
Right, one last one. Another situation, please.
Mobile call.
What?
Wrong mobile call.
Wrong mobile call. Wrong mobile call. And we'll start with Martin.
Is there anybody there?
I can't hear. I can't come your wife is your dad. But what?
Is this your phone?
Is that you, mother?
Is this 041414141414? Would be the
Is that you, mother?
Fiona?
Have you taken your pills?
My long lost daughter?
Didn't I put you in a home?
Do I know you? Dear?
Have you had? What did you have for breakfast? Do you remember?
Do I remember?
What year were you born?
Who am I?
Is that a wet thing I can hear in the background? Have you soiled yourself again?
I think that's quite enough of that at the end of that round. John and Martin on 6 points. Fiona and Paul on 8. Please open the red envelopes in front of you. This is word of the day.
The red.
For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure most of you do, on these pieces of paper are a word, and one of them has the full dictionary meaning. So one of them will read out a full dictionary meaning. The others will write down a dictionary meaning in all seriousness that they think will fool you. If they fool you, they're going to get 30 points tonight. So let's go. The word is
What is the
epitome.
question if the answer is 30 points?
The word is epitome, E-P-I-T-H-Y-M-Y. Epitome.
Pick me.
And let's start. Let's give John Thompson a moment. Well, while John's working on that, we'll go to Paul. Paul, what does it mean?
Well, it's not to be confused with epiphany. It's actually what happens when you get something stuck in your teeth. And it's the art of using your tongue to flick the small piece from between your teeth in a discreet fashion.
Well done, well done.
That's nice.
Fiona?
It's epiphany is the revelation that you have when you realise you've got a lisp.
I want it to be the real one.
Epiphany is when you actually, instead of stuffing a chicken,
Yeah, demonstrate, please.
that's not a chicken, and what you do is you use something like a larding needle and you prick the chicken all around and you put bits of herbs in the chicken leaves and you sort of do an outer stuff, if that makes sense. An epiphany.
John?
Well, it's actually a word that derived from the mishearing of appeals to me. I believe that's where it's from. It's epitome is an indication that someone has how to delicately put it, a salacious yearning towards another.
There we go. Now, who believed Fiona?
Oh, come on! No. Hey, thank you very much.
Who believed
You're
Paul?
special.
Show of hands for Paul. Keep them up there. I'm just having a quick look. Oh, lots. Who believed John? And who believed Martin?
There's a lot of unbelievers out there.
Let's try that another way. It's almost exactly the same. Give me a round of cheering. Who believed Martin? John? Paul?
Well done, Sandy.
And Fiona!
In fact,
The more
John is
people
giving you
believe
the
me that
correct.
time.
John is giving you the correct answer, and I think by the show of hands that John actually won. So John's going to get 30 points for his team. At the end of that round, John and Martin, 37 points.
That, by the way, do you know much about disco dancing, John?
Surprisingly, no.
This is something that you might find interesting and entertaining. What this is called? It's called. It could be you, it could be you, it could be you. You can take that one away with you to the disco this evening.
John and Martin, 37. Fiona and Paul, 10.
Did I just go down?
Yes.
Why?
None of the U's was in this direction.
You're not. That would have meant I would have had to show my bottom to the audience.
Is this a bad thing?
That was a slightly shocking silence, I thought. I didn't know quite how to read it.
I think that's a bit mean. I was trying to be
Sandy, it's all right.
spontaneous and
Martin and I
exciting.
have
What's
had a
the
chat.
reward I get? What's
Martin
the
and I have had a
reward?
chat. I'm trying to give you one. Martin and I have changed the subject. So Martin and I have had a little chat, and we've decided that we'd like you to have 5 of our points.
I reckon 10 for the dance.
32-15. All right, can we carry on?
Yes.
That actually-
Another round of silliness. This is Quack Like a Duck. Does anyone not know what Quack Like a Duck is?
Yeah, John Thompson.
Then you'll soon find out. In this game, our contestants sing to their partner, and they sing in the sound of an animal supplied by you, and it's up to their partner within the 2 minutes allotted to come up with the most songs recognised. As soon as a song is recognised, they can move on to the next one, and there is 1 point per song. And let us start with John and Martin. John or Martin, which of you would like to go first?
I'd like to go first, so long as I get an animal that actually makes noise tonight.
So, An emu, thank you very much indeed. An emu.
Once again, I need to ask, what noise does an emu make? It makes a giggly sound.
I think it's sort of like a.
Sorry?
I think that's the noise that an emu makes.
It what?
Somebody pick an animal that makes a noise. Or we will kill that man.
Hang on. Someone pick an animal that makes a noise, the noise of which that animal makes they know.
A donkey. A donkey.
Yay! Now we're cooking.
Okay.
Hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee haw. Hee haw, 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 ha, 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 hee.
Pass.
Hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, ha, ha.
Hitler, yes, he only holds.
Ha, hee haw,
Roll out the barrel.
hee haw, hee haw, hee
God
haw,
save our gracious queen.
10 seconds.
hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee.
Give him a hand. What were they, John?
He got them all. No, actually, no, he didn't get the first one. Don't cry out loud.
Way to pick him.
Keep it inside. It's a well-known popular song, isn't it? Don't
It has no notes.
Donkeys have limited music.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair enough.
It's a perfect match.
I don't bray outside.
I think is it called Colonel Bogies?
Yeah, why not?
Yep. Roll out the barrel.
Got that?
God Save the Queen.
Got that.
And the one you didn't get was Jingle Bells.
Did anyone in the audience get any of them? Yes. Well done, John. You're now on 37 points. We go over here to Fiona and Paul. Paul, you will start and we will have another animal, please. A goat, thank you.
Can't think of it.
Pass. 1 minute to go. Ten seconds.
Oh, Star Wars, Star Wars.
5 seconds. Fiona, did you get that one? What were they, Paul?
The second one was the Star Trek.
Yeah, I got Star
Wars.
Star Wars.
No, the second one was Star Trek, wasn't it?
No. Second one was a Christmas song.
Was it?
Yes. First one was 500 Miles, by the famous. And the last one was Nissan Dormer.
Ah, good selection. How many did Fiona get right, please? 2. 17 points versus 37. It's not looking good. Let's go to Martin. Martin needs an
Especially
animal.
since she keeps
A what? A cricket.
A wildebeest.
Hold on. I may need a second set of lips to do this. And nobody wants that.
Would we like a different animal?
No, don't, no, God damn it. No, there's no bit of me makes a noise like a cricket. I'm rubbing my legs together for no man.
Another animal, please. Put him out. What? A cow. thank you. A cow. And your time starts now.
My body lies over the ocean. On Bondi Bay. Click go the shears. Passing Matilda.
10 seconds.
Moon River.
No, it wasn't.
It was gonna be.
Well, I took a point off for faking, for poodle faking, but I put it back on again for the very quick response. What were they, please, Martin?
I don't know. He said them. Botany Bay. You said click go the shears, didn't you? Waltzing Matilda?
Yep.
Last one was Moon River, otherwise known as Black Velvet Band.
Right, let's go to Fiona.
Sure.
And your time. We need
What,
an
can
animal
I have
first.
an animal?
A what?
I think frog is
Chipmunk.
Hey. Ooh.
Chipmunk? Oh.
Just do everything. I said just do everything an octave up.
Are you right there, Fiona? Can I start the clock? And the clock starts now.
It's either Star Wars or Ride the Valkyries.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, you're doing the song?
All together now.
How does it feel, Paul?
10 seconds.
Chipmunks don't swear. Ooh, a slide chipmunk.
Okay, what were they, Paul? How many did you get? Any? One? What were
Well,
they, Fiona?
you got Flight of the Valkyries. You didn't get Daduron wrong, astoundingly. Despite, the entire audience being on board, and with the movements too, thank you very much. And the last one was Top of the World.
Not something you get from a chipmunk often.
No.
Because they're quite small. You have to throw it and the
Oh,
cannon.
look, if they find a nice pile of nuts they feel on top of the world.
265.33 kilometres an hour, the terminal velocity of a chipmunk.
And at the end of that round, 18 points to Fiona and Paul, 39 to John and Martin. Now we get into the heavy literary part of the evening, the limerick. And we will start with Martin, please.
Yes.
Your subject is...
Does Paul know that we do 2 lines
Yes.
in the middle? He does, good.
Have you been briefed?
So 1 line, second line, you do the 2 middle lines, and then...
Which way round are we going?
Well, let's go this way tonight.
Wow, controversial. Anti-clockwise. So does that mean we're going back in time?
Yes.
Yes. So you've got the whole third person does 2 lines. It's sort of like it's like a Robert Downey Jr.'s Christmas party.
So, Martin.
Yes.
The subject is chipmunk.
Chipmunk. There was a young fellow called Alvin.
Whose undies were made brand of Calvin.
He fondled his nuts. Oh, 2 lines. Fondled his nuts a little too much.
But then he got the salvin.
We go to you, Paul. Cricket. Either the insect or the game. Your call.
There once was a team called England.
Oh,
You do realise people have to rhyme with that, don't you?
Would you like to start again? We can wind it back.
yes, he would.
And it is cricket, either the insect. Go.
That was my best one.
Pick the opposition. Pick the opposition. That scan's better.
There once was a team called Australia.
Whose efforts were rather a failure.
The captain was Punt, who was a bit of a stunted munter.
Said we'll take you's poms on and derail ya. Yes, use poms.
So let's go now to John Thompson, where your subject is a wombat.
There once was a wombat called Bob.
Just go with that first thought.
It sounds like we're entering a dream sequence.
Yes, electric dreams.
He used to play with himself on the hob.
It got hotter and hotter with his warm little botter.
But his bottom was up to the job.
Unbelievable. All right, we go to Fiona now. Fiona, the insect of your choice, any insect.
Insect of my choice.
Yes.
Like I choose
Lash
an
out.
insect. Okay.
Lash out, exactly.
Oh, righty then. There once was a praying mantis. Is that shit house? Shall I do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a praying mantis called Bob.
If you could just swap mantis and praying round, I think that would do it. There once was a mantis caught praying, might work.
Okay. Bob the mantis was caught. No, okay. There was a mantis caught praying.
But people can't hear what he's saying.
He then gave a nod to his best insect god.
And then got back to the self-flaying.
Thank you very much. At the end of that round, John and Martin, 40 points. And coming up very fast on 32, Fiona and Paul. And now getting even more difficult, lost in translation. When our contestants will speak across the table to their fellow competitors
Pass the salt.
in Chinese tonight to start with. And I think we'll start with John Thompson speaking to Paul. And the translations will come from Martin and Fiona.
你好
Goodbye.
Thank you, venerable grandfather.
我不会说中国话
It's a stick-on beard.
You are very wise.
Sure.
This is because of the 37-ton sword method which I learned from ancient scroll in Wuhan Dynasty province.
Mandarin is very tricky language.
Really?
Give them a hand. And now for Martin and Fiona, the language is supplied by you. Please give me a language. Russian, thank you very much indeed. Starting with Martin.
What? Oh no, that's backwards. Sorry. Let me try that again.
That new larder's a bit of a ride, isn't it?
I'm scored the Woodford rather Chicago.
What do you think of our female shopfitters?
Borgas.
Right fit.
Did you know I also speak Mandarin?
No, man, that's Muppet. Such a fine line.
He loses points for speaking Swedish. And thank you very much. At the end of that round, he's getting a very tight fit. We have John and Martin on 48 points.
I think that's a close competition. But, you know, you play it your way.
Yes, I can see from here. 48 points on this side, and over this side, creeping up minute by minute on 40 points. Give them a hand. If someone would like to please adjust the microphone in the middle of the stage. We are now going to play The Microphone Is On.
Wow.
Oh, the substitute microphone is coming out.
The stunt microphone, played by Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, thank you. This one's very different.
Oh, Barry White.
Thank you.
Oh no,
The Walrus of Love.
Yeah.
there's an association I just don't want to have in my head.
What, between Sandy
McCutcheon
the
and Barry
Walrus of
White.
Love?
Just put it and place it in the middle,
So we've got the
please.
Walrus of
Is that making a
Love.
noise?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can we have it about
Martin, could you place it in the middle of the stage, please?
and maybe about a foot higher, maybe.
No, down the stage. Thank you.
The Walrus
In the
of
front,
Love,
yeah.
Front middle.
the Horn of Death in the same place.
In this game,
Maybe better
the
for lower.
contestants will race to the microphone to gain points by giving us snappy one-liners on unlikely subjects. Please prepare yourself. The first subject is unlikely subject lines for spam emails.
Reduce your penis size.
Sick of spam?
Give her all she's ever wanted. Leave.
Hi, I'm a Nigerian businessman, and things are actually going pretty well. How's it with you?
You have a remarkable penis.
Now suitable for vegetarians. Spam.
Be a dormouse in bed.
Hi, I'm Julian Assange. What's the goss?
Reduce your penis size, lose weight, and replace your hair. Your house is bugged.
Any more for any more?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what it is because I dropped my glasses. Oh. No.
Right. Thank you, Martin, for losing your glasses. You lose a point. The next subject is questions you won't hear during parliamentary question time.
Do I look fat in this suit?
Does a carpet match the drapes?
I suppose a shag's out of the question.
Prime Minister, go to him. Profess your love and ask his hand in marriage, for the sake of us all.
What have I got in my pockets? One I'd love to hear ask. Look, just answer the question!
Thank you for that. Can I remind you that I'm scoring points on your applause. If you only titter mildly, they don't get any points, and if you groan, I take points off.
100 points off Sandy.
The next subject. Things you won't read in your horoscope.
You know, Hitler was an Aries.
You know, Hitler was an Aryan.
Aries, shy, retiring, always right.
You will meet a short, blonde hobbit.
At 3:17, while wearing your red jumper, you will be backed over by a northbound train.
This is a great day for catching genital herpes.
Scorpio, get out of the house now!
Capricorns should beware of woodwind instruments.
Get a life, you stupid hippie twat.
She's in the attic.
Wow, what did you do to piss the planets off?
Mulanex, you will have a mixed day.
Pisces, behind you!
This is a great day for landing on your feet. Unfortunately, that means that you've contracted cat flu.
If you're a water sign, you're probably also a gullible prat.
All right, sorry, John, go. Oh, all right, he's retracting that one. And the final one. Oh no, we've got two more to go. Bad things to say at a job interview.
Pull my finger.
I think I'm the best person for this position, and this position.
I see dead people.
My last employer tasted of chicken.
I'm actually so well qualified for this job that if you don't give it to me, it means that you're incompetent.
You tell me. Why do you think I lost my last job?
Don't make Hulk angry!
I'm actually a musician.
My therapist says it would really help me work through my blackouts.
I'm actually a bit of a go-getter, so if you give me the job, don't get too comfortable in that chair.
What do you mean by criminal record?
You guys have health cover, right?
Come on, Daddy, cut the crap, just give me the job.
The voices say you will be my friend.
And the final one, but just to add a little bit of spice to this, during that, the scores actually came level at 130 each. So there's a lot riding, and I'd like to thank you for the way you gave your applause because it allowed me to allocate points randomly. Well, you're cheering for everyone. The final one, things not to say in bed.
Pull my... Oh, too late.
Is it in?
And you are?
Next!
Bags me the top bunk.
The other hole.
That'll be $20 extra.
Ooh, how many of them have you got?
Mother?
Again, my lord?
Hold on, I'll just slip my teeth out.
Actually, it seems to be all damp patch.
Where did everyone go?
And yeah, this is Nick. He plays fullback.
Can you blow my teddy? I like to watch.
Oh, go on then.
Hey!
Smile for the camera.
Love me, love my warts.
Oh, for goodness sake. Put a toothpick in it and I'll have it as an hors d'oeuvre.
What are you talking about? It's fully erect.
Fuck, I'm good.
It's not rape if you yell surprise!
John Thompson!
Coming, ready or not?
Fiona, are you going to come again?
Careful, that's my merkin.
Thank you very much indeed. Give them a huge round of applause. That was going very nicely on the sort of even scoring until we got the thing about the hors d'oeuvre. On this side, John Thompson, Martin Pearson, 155 points. On this side, Fiona and Paul, 157. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you to our set dressers. Thank you to the sound people. Please thank them once again.